gentlemen, what we ask our panelists today is why should Indian resources be used by illegal immigrants? Joining us on the debate today, Ratan Sharda, political analyst and author. We've got Rajat Sethi, political analyst and advisor to Chief Minister Manipur, who's also joining us live from the capital. Saurabh Shukla, Republic partner, editor-in-chief of newsmobile.in, live from Delhi. Shubhi Khan, lawyer and activist, also joining us live from the capital. We have Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, live from Mumbai. Syed Aslam, political analyst, who's also joining us live from Bengaluru. Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst, live from Bengaluru. Royden Roach, political analyst, live from Hyderabad. The first question that I ask you, Ratan Sharda, and I'm also going to get into the debate as we are speaking Royden Roach here. We have seemed to become a haven for illegal immigrants. It's a fact that Republic TV today, that investigation that we've shown you, has unearthed startling facts about the extent of illegal immigrants thronging Bengaluru, which is going unchecked. Has India become a haven for illegal immigrants when today our correspondent comes to a resident, the number of Bangladeshis may exceed 600 to 700. This is all documented. This is rampant illegal crossovers, the new normal, when they say Bangladeshis will not have valid ID cards, but yet we are seeing they're getting vaccines and resources. Ratan Sharda.
Though you have done a wonderful job, I congratulate you on documenting what is very well known to most of the people on the panel and most of the Indians also. But you have documented and exposed the dark side of this illegal immigration. So I congratulate you. But is it something new? It is very brazen way that the so-called secular lobbies, so-called human rights lobbies have protected and supported all these illegal immigrants. You remember to save Rohingyas, there was huge agitations across India, including the infamous Azad Maidan, including the rumor mongering in Bangalore, where many Northeast residents had to leave Bangalore in a shuffle, in a hurry. Why? Because there were people who are ready to protect. Earlier it was just Bangladeshis, then Rohingyas, then you have now, I'm surprised, you got Sri Lankans and you got various other shades of immigrants and Pakistanis. It shows that we are a heaven because there are protectors of those people who will not protect persecuted minorities from Pakistan, Bangladesh, but they will protect all these people as human rights issues. When it happens, when there are people, these people don't have cards, but you know, in Bangladesh, in Bengal, in Assam, the Ration cards and Aadhaar cards are available dime a dozen. And these people protected them, made them voters for their own vote bank. That is the scheme of things even now. So unless there is a will, and I also must say very mildly critically that why should state government wait for your reports? Doesn't state government know? All the people who are in industry know that good karigars, cheap karigars for embroidery, for stitching, for labor are all Bangladeshis. Household maids are coming from Bangladesh. We simply close our eyes because we save some money, and then there are politicians supporting them. There are huge hutments where these people live, and if you raise your finger, they will call you criminal. So this entire game of safe havens for these people has been created by so-called secular lobbies, so-called human rights lobby, and there are others who are supporting them. Tell me, how does a person from Bengal reach all the way to Jammu? And how do they settle the colony there? How does a person from Bangladesh or Rohingya from far off Assam or far off Nepal Manipur, etc., travel all the way, reach Bangalore, they reach Mumbai, they reach Hyderabad, they reach Chennai? How? Unless there is a protective ring, unless there are stowaway, places on way who protect them from being identified, how do they reach all over the place? This is a very well set network by various interested groups, and these are to be exposed. We keep catching people on various places, on various buildings. I will not name because I will be called criminal. But this is the scenario which is frightening. And long back, a UP Home Minister said there are about 3 crore illegal immigrants. What has been done after that? And then if BJP says the same thing, it's criminal. So this is converting a serious issue of human rights, of our own economic well-being, is being sold as human rights issue and compassionate ground. But when same minorities from Bangladesh and Pakistan want to come, they are not given space, saying he is a criminal. So this is very dirty game that is being played, and mostly these politicians and people who sell their soul for money and for providing ration card and voter ID, etc. These are the people who have made this our country a heaven, a sarai, I would call it, roadside inn. That is the mentality that India is anybody's property, anybody can come and say which country in the world has this kind of open door policy, which country in the world supports these people and protects these people. There is not one
Yes.
example, but you talk of NRC, you talk of CA, these people start shouting, no, this is not correct, this is not correct. So this is our tragedy.